As the chill of winter approaches, there's an undeniable sense of uncertainty looming in the air. Supply chains are crumbling, harvests are threatened by extreme weather, and economic instability is at an all-time high. The signs are everywhere, yet so many are unprepared for what could be a harsh and unforgiving season. Imagine store shelves stripped bare, basic necessities impossible to find, and families left scrambling for scraps in the dead of winter. It's not a matter of if these shortages hit, it's when. Now is the time to act, to prepare, and to ensure that you and your loved ones aren't caught in the chaos. Stockpiling the right foods is more critical than ever. Not just any foods, essential foods. These are the items that will sustain you, provide nutrition, and protect your family when everything else has failed. This guide reveals the 12 must-have foods you need to secure before it's too late. Ignore the warnings if you dare. But remember, when disaster strikes, it's the prepared who will survive. Will you be ready when winter comes, or will you be left at the mercy of the shortages? Time is running out. Get ready now. Buy 1 canned meats. When preparing for the looming winter shortages, stockpiling canned meats is not just a recommendation, it is a necessity for survival. The cold months ahead could bring supply chain disruptions and skyrocketing food prices, leaving shelves emptier than you've seen before. Canned meats are a lifeline in such uncertain times, and failing to secure them could leave you vulnerable when fresh food becomes scarce. Canned meats boast a significant nutritional value, packed with the protein your body needs to maintain strength and health during harsh times. Protein is not just a luxury in emergencies, it's a critical resource to keep your energy levels up and your immune system robust. When food options narrow, these meats could mean the difference between surviving winter's icy grip and succumbing to exhaustion or illness due to insufficient nutrients. Additionally, the astonishingly long shelf life of these products makes them a standout choice for stockpiling. Unlike fresh meats or perishable items that spoil after days, even hours without refrigeration, canned meats remain edible for years. This durability ensures you have access to reliable nourishment no matter how dire the circumstances become. And with power outages being an all-too-real possibility during winter storms, the fact that canned meats don't require refrigeration is one less thing to worry about. But don't underestimate their versatility. The dreariness of winter doesn't have to extend to your plate. Whether it's crafted into hearty stews, layered in satisfying sandwiches, or stirred into flavorful stir-fries, canned meats offer creative solutions to keep meals interesting in the face of monotony and scarcity. Ignoring this essential item now could lead to regret when it's too late to act. Picture barren grocery store aisles, frantic restocks, and dwindling options. You don't want to be among those realizing too late how crucial canned meats are for surviving what could be a brutal winter. Secure your stockpile now, your survival may depend on it. 2 grains: rice, pasta, oats. Grains should be at the very top of your stockpile list, especially when preparing for the stark and potentially dangerous winter shortages ahead. These humble food staples are far more than just a culinary afterthought, they are lifelines in times of scarcity. Rich in carbohydrates, grains act as the perfect source of sustained energy, fueling your body to withstand the harsh, unforgiving cold. When the temperature drops and food supplies become more unreliable, having a reliable energy source is paramount, and grains provide exactly that. What makes grains critical for long-term storage? Their near-endless shelf life when properly preserved. Stored in a cool, dry environment, grains like rice, pasta, and oats can remain edible for years without losing their nutritional value or compromising their quality. Imagine months into a deep winter crisis, stores are barren, transportation is halted, and desperate mobs roam in search of food. Meanwhile, a well-stocked supply of grains ensures you and your loved ones are protected from the threat of starvation. Failing to prepare in this way could leave you vulnerable to surviving on scraps or worse. Their versatility, too, is a survivalist's dream. With limited ingredients available during shortages, grains offer infinite possibilities. Whether it's a hearty soup thickened with rice, a simple yet satisfying pasta dish, or warm, comforting oatmeal to combat the cold, grains can transform into nourishing meals with minimal effort. They serve as the foundation of countless recipes, which means even in the bleakest times, you can stretch your supply and stave off disaster. This winter could be fierce and unforgiving, and the looming shortages are not to be underestimated. Without the foresight to stockpile essential grains now, you could find yourself grappling with hunger pangs and diminishing strength when conditions are at their worst. Act quickly. Stock up on rice, pasta, and oats, your survival could depend on it. 3 fruits and vegetables, canned and dried. When winter shortages strike, fresh produce may become a rare luxury. Stockpiling canned and dried fruits and vegetables is not just a smart decision, it's a necessity for survival. These nutrient-packed staples are a lifeline, loaded with essential vitamins and minerals that your body needs to fend off illness and keep your immune system ready for the harsh months ahead. Imagine a long, grueling winter without access to fresh fruits or greens. Your health would suffer, leaving you vulnerable to seasonal illnesses. Canned and dried alternatives step in as substitutes, ensuring you and your family remain well-nourished even during the most desperate times. Canned fruits and vegetables are a godsend in times of scarcity because of their remarkable shelf stability. They can last for years when properly stored, preserving much of their original nutritional value. With the looming winter shortages, these items might disappear from store shelves faster than you think. Stock up now while you still can. Dried fruits and vegetables, on the other hand, are not only lightweight and easy to store but also nutrient-dense. A small bag of dried fruits packs a powerful punch of energy and sustenance when you most need it. Consider them your portable solution to staying fed during interruptions in the food supply. The importance of these foods cannot be overstated. Food supply chain disruptions are growing increasingly common, and extreme winter conditions can exacerbate this issue. Fresh produce will be among the first casualties, leaving those unprepared struggling to meet their basic nutritional needs. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you'll be fine without proper planning. At first, it might seem manageable to do without fresh fruits and vegetables until fatigue, malnutrition, and illness begin to set in. Canned and dried options offer a reliable and accessible safety net when the fresh variety can no longer be found. This winter, you must plan for the worst. Stockpile fruits and vegetables in their canned and dried forms before the panic buying begins and supplies vanish. The eerie reality is that shortages are inevitable, and those unprepared will face grim consequences. By ensuring you have a balanced supply of these nutrient-rich items, you'll gain the confidence and peace of mind to face whatever the winter throws your way. Don't delay, act now before it's too late. 4. Dried beans. When planning for the upcoming winter shortages, dried beans are a survival necessity that should not be overlooked. These humble legumes are more than just a pantry staple. They could very well be the lifeline your household needs in a time of scarcity. Packed with protein and fiber, dried beans are an essential food for sustaining energy and keeping digestion in check during prolonged periods of limited access to fresh produce or meat. Imagine facing weeks, even months, of dwindling supplies without a reliable protein source. Dried beans could be the difference between staying nourished and suffering from malnutrition when shelves are empty and fresh supplies are no longer arriving. One of the most appealing qualities of dried beans is their impressive storage life, making them perfect for stockpiling. Unlike fresh or frozen foods, which can spoil rapidly during power outages or supply chain disruptions, dried beans remain shelf-stable for years if stored properly. All you need is a dry, cool area and some airtight containers to protect them from moisture, pests, and contamination. Their compact size also means you can store large quantities in a small space, ensuring your family has a calorie-dense food source, even in the darkest days of winter shortages. Versatility is another strength of dried beans that elevate them from a simple ingredient to a survival powerhouse. During times of crisis, creativity in the kitchen will be key to maintaining morale, and dried beans can be used in countless ways: soups, stews, casseroles, or even as the star of a main dish. What if your supply of meat runs out and you're left searching for a replacement? Dried beans serve as an excellent primary protein source, essential for keeping energy levels up while enduring harsh winter conditions. The ability to transform even a small handful of beans into a hearty, nutrient-rich meal underscores their value when resources are running low. Winter shortages can strike without warning, leaving the unprepared scrambling for sustenance amid empty store aisles and rising panic. Dried beans, in all their unassuming simplicity, offer a lifeline in these dire situations. Stock up while you still can once the shortages hit. This affordable form of sustenance could become a precious commodity. Failing to prepare now could have devastating consequences later. Will you be ready when the time comes? 5. Powdered milk. Among the 12 essential foods to stockpile for the looming winter shortages, powdered milk stands out as a lifesaver in dire times. Imagine a world where fresh dairy vanishes from supermarket shelves or worse, becomes a luxury item only a fortunate few can afford. With extreme weather, supply chain disruptions, and escalating demand for critical resources, the possibility of such a scenario is alarmingly real. Powdered milk earns its place on this list, not just for its practicality, but for its potential to keep your family nourished when dairy products become impossible to obtain. Unlike fresh milk, which spoils within days and falters under power outages, powdered milk boasts an impressive shelf life. Its versatility makes it invaluable during crises. With just water, powdered milk can transform back into a liquid form for drinking, cooking, or baking. And when survival dictates creativity, it can also serve as a base for homemade yogurt or cheese, ensuring you don't sacrifice vital nutrients when every calorie counts. Stocking up on powdered milk means securing a stable source of calcium and vitamin D nutrients foundational to bone health and overall survival during tough times. Think of powdered milk as more than a simple ingredient, it's a strategic buffer against the havoc that winter shortages might wreak. Imagine shelves running bare, the cold stretching endlessly, and the reality of dwindling access to fresh dairy. Powdered milk, in contrast, stays quietly stored, immune to the chaos. Those who prepare now will reap the benefits when others are scrambling for alternatives. The unsettling truth is that uncertainty lies ahead. Stockpile powdered milk not out of paranoia, but out of prudence. Its ability to bridge gaps in nutrition and sustain your household through the harsh winter makes it non-negotiable on your list of essentials. When fresh milk becomes a scarcity, powdered milk could be the difference between thriving and mere survival. 6 canned soups. When winter shortages strike, convenience could mean the difference between comfort and chaos. Canned soups are a survival essential, a comforting lifeline when fresh ingredients are scarce, stores are empty, and temperatures plummet to bone-chilling depths. Imagine harsh winter storms, power outages, and dwindling supplies. Having pre-cooked, ready-to-eat meals like canned soups could be your saving grace. With minimal preparation, just the flick of a can opener, these meals ensure you stay nourished even in the most desolate of times. But it's not just about convenience. Canned soups are versatile and offer balanced nutrition when resources run dry. Packed with a variety of proteins, vegetables, and grains, they provide a hearty, complete meal in just one container. Think of it as an all-in-one solution when fresh produce is unavailable or too expensive to come by. During a prolonged shortage, maintaining a balanced diet becomes critical to staying healthy, strong, and prepared for whatever comes next. Stocking up on canned soups ensures your family doesn't falter under the weight of nutritional deficiencies that a long winter could bring. And then there's the comfort. Winter brings not only physical challenges but also mental ones. The biting cold and uncertainty can wear you down faster than you think. Here is where warm, savory canned soups become more than a meal. They become a source of solace, wrapping you in a fleeting sense of normalcy in the midst of chaos. Having that hearty bowl of chicken noodle or tomato soup to rely on feels like holding onto a small fragment of warmth when the world outside seems colder than ever before. Those who dismiss canned soups as an everyday convenience may not realize their true value until it's too late. Picture shelves picked clean of fresh produce, or worse, empty aisles altogether, leaving only the echoes of unprepared buyers caught off guard. Canned soups stand resilient against the ticking clock of supply shortages, a vital shield against hunger in the dead of winter. Prepare now, because winter is unforgiving. Stockpile your canned soups. You'll thank yourself when the winds howl, the food runs dry, and all that remains is the fight to endure the chill. 7. Honey. When preparing for the anticipated winter food shortages, honey stands out as an absolute must-have for your stockpile. This golden, viscous treasure is far more valuable than merely being a sweet addition to your tea. It holds properties that could make the difference between struggle and survival during harsh, unpredictable times. Honey is nature's ultimate sugar alternative, offering all the sweetness you need without the looming threat of spoilage. That's right, honey never expires, meaning you can store it for years and still count on it to deliver the same quality and flavor, even in the darkest and coldest days of the year. What makes honey particularly vital is its impressive range of health benefits. This isn't just a sweetener, it's a powerful natural remedy, one that ancient civilizations relied upon for survival. Honey possesses potent antimicrobial properties, allowing it to be used as a treatment for minor wounds or burns. Imagine facing a situation where medical supplies are scarce and stores are inaccessible. Honey could become an essential life-saving tool. It's also a quick source of energy, making it indispensable when you need a fast boost to power through physically or mentally exhausting situations. Storage is yet another reason why honey should be at the top of your preparedness list. Unlike other sweeteners and syrups that are prone to spoiling, fermenting, or degrading over time, honey remains stable and usable indefinitely when stored properly. Its high sugar content and natural properties act as preservatives, protecting it from bacteria and decay. During a prolonged crisis, when fresh supplies are scarce, knowing you have an item like honey that will remain as strong and effective as the day you purchased it provides a much-needed sense of security. The warnings about winter shortages should not be taken lightly. Supplies will dwindle, and shelf-stable resources will become increasingly critical for survival. Honey is a key food that checks multiple boxes. It's nutritious, multi-purpose, and non-perishable. Without it in your arsenal, you may find yourself scrambling for alternatives at a time when options are frighteningly slim. Don't overlook honey, it isn't just a pantry staple, it's a survival staple. Stock up now, before it becomes the white gold of the coming chaos. 8. Salt and sugar. When preparing for the possibility of winter shortages, salt and sugar are non-negotiable staples to stockpile. These humble, everyday ingredients might not seem critical at first glance, but in a crisis, their uses can extend far beyond mere seasoning. Consider this a world where food supplies dwindle, preservation becomes paramount, and survival hinges on the resources you've wisely stored in advance. This is where the versatile power of salt and sugar truly shines. Salt, often taken for granted, possesses life-saving qualities. Not only does it enhance flavor, but it is also a centuries-old method for preserving food. Imagine a scenario where refrigeration fails or fresh food becomes scarce. You'll need salt to cure meats or pickle vegetables, ensuring your supplies last through the bleak months of winter. Beyond its culinary role, salt doubles as a cleaning agent and a reliable tool for maintaining hygiene. In dire situations, it can even be used to prevent bacterial growth or to help clean wounds, which can be critical when healthcare might not be readily accessible. Sugar, too, holds more weight in survival than one might initially realize. While it's widely loved for pleasing your sweet tooth, sugar's energy-providing properties cannot be understated in disaster scenarios. A quick source of calories, sugar can provide the burst of energy needed to power through physically demanding tasks or cold, draining days. Additionally, sugar is an invaluable component in baking and making preserves, which become vital for storing fruits long-term when fresh supplies are unavailable. However, the importance of these two ingredients doesn't stop there. Sugar and salt are not only nutritional and practical, they can psychologically lift morale when times are tough. A sprinkle of sugar, turning meager ingredients into a comforting dessert, or the familiar taste of well-seasoned food can help retain a sense of normalcy. This is easy to overlook, but vital for mental health in prolonged stressful situations. The reality of food shortages isn't a distant myth, it's a looming storm. Stockpiling salt and sugar in ample quantities isn't just wise, it's essential to survival. Failing to secure these two could leave you battling spoilage, malnutrition, and loss of morale when shortages strike and the harsh winter begins to test even the most prepared. 9. Cooking oil. When preparing for the looming challenges of the harsh winter shortages, stocking up on cooking oil is not just practical, it may very well be a means of survival. Cooking oils serve as a key ingredient in countless recipes, providing the essential fats your body needs to endure trying times. Without these important sources of energy, surviving the winter's bitter cold could become an even more grueling ordeal. Cooking oils are an invaluable source of essential fatty acids that your body cannot produce on its own. These fats are not only critical for maintaining energy levels but also for supporting brain function and overall health. During times of food scarcity, these oils can act as concentrated calorie sources, something that may become frighteningly important as access to fresh food decreases. Versatile and nutrient-rich, they are indispensable in frying, sautéing, baking, and dressing salads, ensuring you can make use of whatever ingredients you've stockpiled while keeping meals fulfilling and nutritious. One of the most haunting risks we face during winter shortages is wasting vital supplies, which is why proper storage of cooking oils is critical. If stored improperly, oils can go rancid quickly, rendering them useless and leaving you scrambling for alternatives in dire times. To avoid this grim scenario, it is crucial to choose oils known for their long shelf lives. Coconut oil and olive oil are excellent choices due to their natural stability and ability to withstand significant storage durations when kept in a cool, dark place. Plastic containers should be avoided whenever possible. Opt for glass bottles or tins, as they do a better job of preserving the freshness of the oil for the long haul. However, even with proper storage, cooking oil supplies are vulnerable to disruption, and the markets this winter may leave countless households empty-handed. Being proactive, stocking up well in advance and in substantial quantities could spell the difference between maintaining a semblance of normalcy when crisis strikes and facing the chilling uncertainty of living without this essential staple. Steel yourself, prepare wisely, and ensure your pantry is equipped with enough cooking oil to last through whatever hardships this winter has in store. The time to act is now, because when the shortages begin, it will already be too late. 10. Nuts. When it comes to preparation for the looming winter shortages, nuts should be regarded as an indispensable staple in your stockpile. These small yet mighty powerhouses of nutrition are not only a reliable source of sustenance but could also be the key to survival in the dire months to come. Packed with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, nuts provide a concentrated boost of energy to keep you functioning when resources grow scarce. Imagine the long, cold winter days when fresh food options dwindle and hunger gnaws at the edges of your sanity. Nuts may be the only thing standing between you and exhaustion. What makes nuts truly remarkable is their durability and ease of storage. Unlike other foods that spoil quickly or demand refrigeration, nuts can last for months without losing their quality as long as they are kept in airtight containers in a cool, dry place. This resilience makes them a practical and dependable option for stockpiling. Don't be misled by their size. Their longevity, combined with their high calorie count, makes them an invaluable asset during food shortages. Fail to include nuts in your winter inventory, and you might find yourself fighting against the unforgiving bite of hunger when shelves in the stores remain ominously empty. Nuts are not merely practical, they're versatile during an emergency. Whether eaten as a quick snack or used to enhance meager meals, they bring flavor and much-needed nutrients in every handful. Crumble them into soups for added texture or scatter them over simple grains or canned vegetables to elevate a basic dish into something far more nourishing. Every single nut could mean the difference between sustaining yourself or being overwhelmed by the harsh reality of unpreparedness. The chilling prospect of a harsh winter packed with endless shortages is not something to take lightly. The time to act is now, and nuts could be your lifeline when conditions start to deteriorate. Stockpile wisely. Neglecting this essential food may lead to moments of regret as the shadows of scarcity crawl closer. Remember, preparation is power, and your ability to endure may depend on the simplicity of ensuring these small, crunchy saviors are part of your plan. The question is, will you be ready when winter strikes? 11. Coffee or tea? When planning for the uncertain and potentially grueling winter months ahead, coffee and tea should undoubtedly claim a spot in your stockpile. These humble yet powerful beverages can mean the difference between enduring the bleak cold or succumbing to the weight of a frigid and unforgiving winter. With the looming threat of upcoming shortages, ensuring you have these essentials on hand is not just a luxury, it's a lifeline. Coffee and tea are indispensable for their energy-boosting properties. Both drinks contain caffeine, nature's tool for keeping you alert, focused, and ready to face whatever challenges the harsh winter may bring. Imagine the darkness of long, icy mornings without the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee to lift your spirits or the soothing warmth of tea to soften the edges of an otherwise oppressive day. The deprivation of such simple pleasures could erode morale faster than any external threat. A cup of coffee can ignite your productivity when the weight of winter dulls the days, while tea's versatility allows it to be calming or invigorating depending on your needs. Practicality is another reason coffee and tea should dominate your list. Both are easy to store, taking up little shelf space when stocked in their dried forms: coffee grounds, instant coffee, or tea bags. They require minimal preparation, delivering a small miracle in mere moments. Hot water and a quick brew are often the only necessities. These drinks are also shelf-stable and can last for months, making them perfect candidates for long-term storage when fresh goods may be scarce. But consider the frightening alternative: energy depleted, spirits broken as supplies dwindle, leaving only the bitter cold to fill the silence where a warm cup once existed. Fueling yourself to face such shortages is not optional. Coffee and tea become symbolic saviors, combating the brutal reality of isolation and scarcity. Underestimate their significance, and the winter may feel twice as long and twice as cruel. Prepare now. Stockpile generously. With coffee and tea at the ready, you'll be armed with not only caffeine but the psychological fortitude to endure the dark days ahead. When everything else feels bleak, these little comforts will stand between you and despair. Don't leave them off your list. You might regret more than cold hands this winter. 12. Dark chocolate. When facing the chilling uncertainty of winter shortages, dark chocolate becomes more than just a luxury, it's a survival essential. Picture this: power outages, dwindling supplies, harsh weather, and the creeping realization that the pantry shelves are emptier than you thought. Amid the chaos, dark chocolate stands out as a rare beacon of comfort and practicality. You might think it's just a sweet indulgence, but this unassuming treat could be the key to sustaining your morale and your health during the darker days ahead. Loaded with powerful antioxidants, dark chocolate is a nutritional powerhouse hidden beneath its sweet, bitter allure. These antioxidants, particularly flavonoids, fight against oxidative stress, helping to keep your immune system strong when sicknesses are likely to run rampant. Its nutrient profile also includes vital trace minerals like magnesium and iron, which could act as reinforcements when your access to wholesome, mineral-rich foods is severely restricted. But beware, your favorite milk chocolates won't give you these benefits. Only dark chocolate, with a cocoa content of 70% or higher, carries this life-sustaining package, making it a must-have for your winter stockpile. Even more hauntingly crucial is dark chocolate's unexpected ability to uplift your mood in dire circumstances. Winter isn't just cold, it's harsh, isolating, and utterly grueling, with every snowstorm and frozen night wearing away at your spirit. Shortages can amplify the mental toll. That's why dark chocolate's mood-enhancing elements like theobromine and serotonin-boosting compounds are literally worth their weight in gold. A single bite could bring your sagging morale back from the brink, helping you brace for another relentlessly cold and uncertain day. It's like biting into a shred of hope essential when the days grow dark and the nights grow even darker. Finally, dark chocolate's long shelf life makes it a perfect candidate for stockpiling. Properly stored in a cool, dry place, it won't spoil quickly like other foods, ensuring you have a reliable source of nourishment and comfort as time wears on. But take caution. Stockpiling too little or ignoring this treasure entirely could leave you regretting your choice when supplies run dry and candy aisles become barren wastelands. Conclusion: preparing for the upcoming winter shortages requires foresight, strategy, and a well-thought-out plan. The 12 essential foods outlined here are not just recommendations, they are tools for survival, comfort, and resilience during the harshest months. From the calorie-packed versatility of grains and canned goods to the morale-boosting properties of coffee, tea, and dark chocolate, each item plays a critical role in keeping you nourished and grounded. These foods ensure that you'll not only meet your nutritional needs but also maintain your mental and emotional strength as shortages and cold isolation take their toll. Winter is unpredictable, and the consequences of being unprepared can be severe. By stockpiling these essentials, you arm yourself with the confidence and stability to face whatever the season throws your way. Don't overlook these items or fall victim to complacency. Begin now, because the cost of readiness far outweighs the regret of scarcity. When the snow falls and the shelves go empty, you'll be grateful for the careful preparation you made today.